Hello, everyone.
Hi,
It's Rockin Crocheter and
and Fiber
Craig
Spider.
and the Fighter Spider. And today we would thought we would get together and do some coloring together.
Yep. We're doing a collaborative work together, separate but equal. Today we're going to be working on the same drawing together using our colored pencils and our different styles. And so I thought, and Matt thought that it would be fun, change things up a little bit. And so, yeah, we're doing a collab today, everybody. Hi.
So this should be a good time.
Yeah.
Um,
So
so
go ahead.
the book we're working out of is Imagimorphia, because we have the same book, and it's by Kirby Rosanis, and it's one of our favorite books.
Oh, indeed.
One of my favorite books.
I love it too.
And I know I introduced Craig to these, and they're really fun books.
Yeah, you are the guilty party, my dear.
I am.
Yes,
I
you
am
are.
the enabler on this one.
Yes, you are. And so, yeah, we decided on doing the same image. And so it is a veritable cornucopia of different musical instruments. It was either this or scarabs, but we landed on this because Rebecca flipped a quarter. So it was tails. So there you go. We're going to be working on musical instruments. And so we are going to do the same image, but we are going to approach it in our own inimitable fashion. Now, so tell me, Matt, what kind of colored pencils are you going to be using today?
For this one,
Yes.
I'm going to use my Cezanne colored pencils.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 72 in here. This is the box of 72.
Ready.
So it's actually got 3 tiers of colors. So I have a plethora.
So I'm going to be using the ones that you sent me. These are the Masters Touch Fine Art Studio colored pencils. This is the lid. And then, so these are 48 pencils. So 2 tiers. So I've got this tier here, and I've got this tier here, the bottom half of the tin. So these are the ones that I'm going to be using. I've never used them before, so I have no idea what to expect, but I anticipate good things. So we are going to be using those.
And
now, I couldn't find them on Amazon, so I can't post the link to them. But colored pencils, regardless.
And then I also have the Cezanne, the blender pencils. I like these blender pencils.
Aren't you fancy?
I am fancy.
You couldn't find them in Amazon?
No, they're on. Those were from Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby.
Okay, so
I'm sure they're on Hobby Lobby's website.
Okie dokie. So, are you ready?
Actually, I'm gonna make a change.
Oh, okay.
I'm going from because these are more bright colors. I'm actually gonna use my Posca.
Okay.
And the colors are a bit brighter.
Okay.
I think it would be better for this one.
Alrighty.
But they blend the same way. So
okay.
You can tell that I like my Posca pencils.
Oh, I forgot one very important thing. I need a piece of scrap paper so that I know what the color actually looks like before I put it down in the book. That is one of my little idiosyncrasies. I like to test the colors out first because what the color on the barrel looks like and what it actually translates to when you're laying it down, very, very different sometimes. So
See, and you and I differ there because I don't test. I just go for it.
that's fine. That's fine. See, like I try to like check the riverbank for like, water moccasins and crocodiles. You're just like, yeah, I'm going in. That's fine.
No, because I have a picture in my head of things, and that's kind of what I go by.
Okay. No, you do you. That's the beauty of a collab, you know?
That's what I mean. That's
Um,
how we come at things a little differently.
yeah, which is totally fine. So yeah, we're not going to be necessarily working on like the same element of the picture at the same time. It's just, like we're approaching the same image, but in our own different, like I said, sort of inimitable
On
fashion.
different style.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, let's want to get started.
Let's rock and roll.
I'm ready to get started. Okay. And this is going to be a little bit different for me because I'm used to, uh, breaking up what I'm doing into little clips. This is just going to be one big continuous go. So this is going to be a little bit different for me, but I'm excited. Now, I think what I might do actually is because I do see thematically there's a lot of, they look sort of like doves or pigeons or something. Part of me is tempted to like attack all of those first, figuratively speaking, but I kind of want to do one of the musical instruments because there's so many of them.
Yeah, I was looking at it, and the harp stood out to me.
That was one of the things that struck me too first. However, you know what? There is this little amorphous cherub guy that is also yelling at me. He's
Oh, the
right
one over
here.
here.
Yeah, I kind of want to do him because he's just so cute and he's got a little horn. So I think I'm going to attack him first. And, well, a non-violent attack. Um, you know, um, and so I think I'm going to start with him because he's just too cute for words. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And where is my sharpener? Ah, there it is. So I hope all you guys are doing really groovy and spiffy out there. So I'm going to start off with a pink color and work my way into like purples and things, I think. So this one is rose. It's one of my idiosyncrasies. I always like to say what the name of the color is in case if people want to duplicate the results at all. Or at least have an idea of my weird version of color theory.
See, that's the thing on the Posca pencils.
Yeah.
All you have is this. Where's the? It actually doesn't give a color on the pencil.
Huh. Makes me think of
it's kind of like the furls, the Odysseys that have that stupid sticker on the back of them.
Oh God, when
the sticker falls off, you're screwed.
Yep, and that was one of the things that irked me to no end about the furls. Is that it was one of those hooks that I had gotten. It was really industrial looking. It was metal. It was heavy. It was nice, but considering the cost to have a chintzy sticker on there that was half falling off, I'm like, I spent like how much on the hook? I want to say it was like I don't know, maybe like $30 or something like that. I don't honestly remember how much it was. I just remember it was not cheap, and then to have this cheap sticker on there, it wasn't like engraved or carved in or painted or anything onto the actual hook, and I was like, that's not the mark of quality. I was I was annoyed.
Well, that's why I actually like the Odyssey 2s better, is because they've actually got it engraved in like the metal where the hook is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've got it's either the Odyssey or the so see on the this one, see where the engraving is?
Yeah. See that's
I mean,
how it
it's not
should be.
there, but it has the engraving what the hook is and no sticker on the back.
You know, the sticker thing, I was just like, that's just it was kind of like a, some gentleman took off his glove and slapped me in the face with it. It was just like, no, you don't do that.
Well,
so now I'm going to go a little bit darker with the pink. I went from rose to pink, and then I want to go into like some purple. So yeah, I mean, it was a minor point, but it irked me.
So I went from, if you can see here, I did a little shading. So it looked like kind of like teeth to me. So I did a little dark brown around the points, and then I did a lighter yellow, which carried into the harp. So I've got the darker brown accents in the harp, and then the goldy yellow also. So it looks like it's been there a while, because on the picture it fades in to like where the rock is.
Yeah, see, I like how they do add some, I wouldn't say it's cross hatching, it's more like hatching, just like the little lines to denote some shading.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't be cross hatching because that's if it's two different directions, right?
Crosshatch would be, yeah, two different directions.
It's been a hot minute since I've done any actual drawing for a class or anything like that. It's been a hot minute. I love the coloring though. Less thought involved.
Yeah, because see, this is how I interpreted what the way the coloring.
Okay. Yeah, no, I do see where you're going with that. Me, I'm just fiddling around with this little androgynous cherub guy. So yeah, went in with a lighter pink, now a bit of a darker pink, and just trying to get some curvature so he doesn't look quite so flat with the two different pinks. But now I want to go in with a bit of purple and give him a little bit more dimension, because right now he looks like he might be an eraser or a wad of bubble gum, and so I want to have him be a little bit more on the purpley side, I think. So I'm going to go in with, I think, some wineberry. Yeah. Just sharpen this up. So yeah, no actual definitive goal or anything like that for today's video. We're just, we're just going to chill and do some coloring together and have ourselves a time. And of course, you guys, if you want to join in and, break out your colored pencils or your crayons or really whatever, join on in, I mean, this isn't a live stream, but, all are welcome. So yeah, now I'm just layering in a bit of this wineberry, which is a lovely purple color. So I'm just layering in some color here. And I'm going very lightly with this purple.
Oh, where's that yellow? So what I'm doing to make the rocks kind of stand out, this is kind of a mustard yellow. And then I've done the brown. And so I'm using the mustard yellow color to blend in and make the rock stand out.
Now, brown mustard or yellow mustard? Like a deli or a French's?
It's like Grey Poupon.
Okay.
It's
'Cause
like that. It's the darker kind of mustardy color.
Okay,
It's
cool.
not like the bright French's mustard. It's like it's like a darker, like cannish yellow.
Because French's mustard, I mean, it has its sort of inimitable charm, but at the same time, it's like we can do better. You know, it's like, yeah, sometimes a hot dog with French's, it's sort of like Americana, you know, it's sort of classic canon. But me, I love a good deli mustard, a spicy brown deli mustard.
Do you guys have Boar's Head where you're at?
Of course we do, my dear.
There's Boar's Head honey mustard. Oh, it's the bomb.
That sounds good.
It's the best.
So now I'm going to go in with a violet so I can get some like rich tones going on here. So you said it's a what honey?
Honey mustard.
It is a honey mustard. Okay. Now,
It's
is it like a
Boar's
spicy
Head.
brown?
It's a spicy like mustard with like the honey like flavor mixed into it. It's really good.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, we just got some just recently, and it was like, oh dang. Because I'm not really a big mustard like person. I'm not like it doesn't really, I don't like it on sandwich, usually don't like it on sandwiches and stuff. But this one I would put on a shoe and eat the shoe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Actually, last night I was struggling a little bit because I, had just gotten tattooed, and so I really didn't feel like doing any cooking. But I knew I need to make something, so I whipped up a very, very, very interesting rendition of what I call like trashy chicken parm, where I make up some frozen French fries, get those all cooked, then some frozen chicken nuggets, cook them, and then on top of that, put on some tomato sauce and some shredded mozzarella cheese.
Oh, there you go.
It works for me. All right, so I got my little guy. He's got a lot of shading and nuance, so it's just a lot of layering in, from light pink to dark pink to light purple to dark purple, and I think he's ready to rock. So now I just need to do his little wings and his little horn and his eyes. His eyes, I think I want them to be blue, like sapphire blue. Now I just want to put these back real quick. All right, so blue. What do we got for blue? So I want like a light and a dark. Let's see what we have, because I haven't worked with these before, so I'm going on uncharted territory here.
Yeah, I had a set of those. I had a set of those too, and I liked them. They weren't that bad.
Well, so far so good. I am enjoying them. Okay, so yeah, these. See this one. Okay, got it. All right, so I'm going to be using, out of the blues, I've got light blue and blue. You know, I kind of, all right, I am not being dismissive of these pencils. I think they're really, really nice. Do not misunderstand me. But the names of the ones from the Dragon and the Black Widow set, the names were just so much fun. Did you ever watch any of those videos?
Yeah, and these are a little bit more serious.
Yeah, these are more like, you know, this is blue, this is red, this is pink, this is umber. But the other ones, it's like, you know, bruise and, you know, bloodshed and saber and cobweb and a little bit more gothy, a little bit more Tim Burton-esque as far as the names of the colors, which to me was kind of part of the charm and the appeal. These, I am enjoying them because it's something different. I mean, similar yet different. You know, it's still colored pencils, but each manufacturer, they have their own sort of je ne sais quoi. So I am enjoying these so far. I do like the color layout.
Yeah, and like I said, the Posca ones don't have the name, but the colors are really vibrant.
It reminds me of embroidery floss, because embroidery floss, when you get it at the store, it's by number only. Like there's no name for it. It's just, you know, 0115 or whatever. So in a sense, that's good. In another sense, it's kind of like you're taking something that is really creative and turning it into something a bit more clinical, I think.
See, they have the colors on the back.
Oh, ooh, rock my world.
They have the colors. They have the colors on the back of the box, but not on the pencils.
It should be on the pencil.
So it's like okay.
Yeah. That's weird. All right, so actually, you know what? I think I'm going to use the same light blue for the wings, but I'm going to go in super duper light, like whisper. Very, very, very light. And I think that I'm going to have them be, like, the blue is going to be more of an accent, but they're going to be, like, predominantly white, I think. Very, very, very light. And then I'll do the little horn. Okay, you know what? Actually, I think I'm just going to do the whole thing with very, very light blue and then go in a little bit darker, a little bit heavier with the light blue, because if I do them as such with just, you know, white as the main color, they're going to like blend into everything else. So there we go. And then I just got to do the little horn. And then this little dude will be ready to party like it's New Year's. So, got the little wings. Now just need to do this little horn. Okay, so for that, got a whole bunch of oranges and yellows and mustardy type colors.
See, and we differ in that way too, because you do one little patch, and I look at it and I'll see the color on certain areas and be like all over the place.
Well, that's totally fine. Okay, this yellow is practically invisible on the paper, which is fine because we've got plenty of others to try out. See, this one I think might be better. Yeah, this one works better. All right, so I'm going to do this one and then another darker one. So this one is yellow. Oh, okay. The other one was light yellow. All right, so we're doing yellow, yellow as opposed to light yellow. And then I'm going to go in with probably some sort of a golden kind of color. So your approach is
My
to,
my approach is the shotgun.
so it's sort of like you find one color and then you blast with that one color, and then you find another color and you blast with that color in a larger area.
Well, like I see the color, like these leaves here. I know I want those in green and two-tone green. And then I'll look at like an instrument, say, oh, it's electric guitar, maybe like a sunburst kind of color or something like. I mean, my mind doesn't like focus on like the whole. It focuses in little patches first.
Mm-hmm. See, my thing is,
I look at.
Well, I sort of look at because these images have so much going on, and I love it. That my mind is sort of like, treating it like, okay, I've got this little thing, and then I've got another little thing, and then eventually all the little things make up the whole. So I like to, and this is just my personal approach. I like to tackle each element individually. And that's why I thought that it would be fun to do a collab with you, because everybody approaches things, in their own different way. And that's, to me, part of the fun. And, because I'm sure that you out there in YouTube land, that you guys probably color differently as well. All right, and then a little bit of shading to try to make this more three-dimensional.
Ow.
You all right?
Yeah. Sometimes when I cross my legs, my knee, it pops. But that's just from getting old.
Yeah, join the club, dear. Join the club. All right. I think my little dude is ready to party. I think he's done. Meanwhile, you're like half the page already done. I'm just like going super slow. I have a tendency to like get like microscopic honed in focus going on, and like everything else is just not ignored, but just like temporarily it's like I put on the blinders, so to speak.
See, but that's I do, like I said, I do like the shotgun blast, so I'm like all over the place because that's how I see the color.
No, it's fine.
Like I don't like hone in on like a certain like little thing and like finish that. I oh, that'd be cool red, that'd be cool gold.
Well, I do see this one
cool,
guitar.
Like
it's like guitar here, which to me screams red. This one right here. It's like it makes me think of Back to the Future when Michael J. Fox was playing Johnny B. Good. This one, I want it to be a nice, rich red. Yeah. So let's see. What do we got? We have Nakarat. And honestly, I've never heard that color for a for anything until I started working with these colored pencils, Nakarat. So I've got deep red, I've got red, and I've got ruby. Okay, so I got a bunch of reds here. I think I might start with the vermilion because it's the lightest, it seems.
And a little known fact,
Yes.
well, guitarists would know this. And when Michael J. Fox plays that guitar in Back to the Future,
Yeah.
that guitar wouldn't have been invented for another 10 years.
Figures. Totally figures. Well, see, I know diddly about guitars. I'll be the first to say that. But I do know that one of the sort of incongruous aspects to that movie was that the actors, so you had Michael J. Fox and Crispin Glover. Now, in the movie, Crispin Glover is Michael J. Fox's dad, right? Well, apparently, Crispin Glover, at the time that they were filming, Crispin Glover, he's younger than Michael J. Fox. So it's a bit of a twist. So I think that the guitar's outline is going to be perhaps white or maybe a cream color, but the interior is going to be red. Now I'm starting in light, and then I'm going to go in darker and richer with other reds, I think. But actually, part of that movie really freaked me out as a kid. It was when Michael J. Fox's hands started to disappear when he was playing.
Yeah, because he was just basically playing air guitar.
But, well, no. It was when, like the photograph was starting to erase, and so was his hand.
Like it was like Dorian Gray.
Right. Well, because like if he didn't succeed getting his parents together, then he wouldn't exist. So like his hand, right, like he couldn't play, and it was because some guy was trying to cut in and take what was her face. You know, it was this geeky looking guy with a bad haircut was trying to take away Lorraine from George. And then he couldn't play, and it was just, and his hands started disappearing. It was just like, no. It was very ominous, but you know, I was a kid. Weird things freak you out as a kid.
The one that freaked me out when I was a kid, I mean, like really freaked me out. I didn't sleep after I saw it.
Oh.
It was Vincent Price. And it was the movie where it had like a virus, and all the people they had to burn the people and all of that.
Well, that was The Last Man on Earth.
Yeah. After I saw that movie, I couldn't sleep. When I was a kid, it freaked me out. Because it was like a little virus. It wasn't anything you could, like, it wasn't a monster. It wasn't like vampire or anything. It was just like a little weird virus, and it scared the hell out of me.
but dude, no, that the virus turned people into vampires, though.
It turned them into like the zombie things.
Yeah, well, that's the weird thing, because like they were vampires, but they moved around like as if they were zombies. You know, like his arch nemesis that used to be his coworker. You know, he was like, Morgan. we're coming to get you, Morgan, man. Like, like brains kind of thing. And yeah, they were like hollow-eyed, and they moved around shuffling, like, and so it was sort of like Night of the Living Dead meets, a vampire flick. I mean, they didn't behave vampiric. They behaved like zombies. But yeah, actually, that was a really good book as well. Original title was I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. And when I was in college, I wrote a paper on it, actually. It was a course that we were taking, well, I was taking, science fiction and literature. And it was really weird because we had two professors teaching that class. One was a science professor and one was an English professor, which was very odd. And so we could choose one of the texts, on our own. So I decided that that would be my independent choice, because if you look at it, the original book. So you have Vincent Price. He was a doctor who studied virology and how viruses work and stuff. And he was trying to break down and come to understand how the virus worked. And basically the book broke it down in half. There was the supernatural element that was being broken down by the biological element, which I thought was fascinating, because all of the weird sort of the rules of vampirism were broken down in scientific and biologic terms. Like, if you were to shoot a vampire, nothing's going to happen. The vampire is going to be totally fine. But if you get him with a stake, that's the end for the vampire, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, in the book, they explain why that is, because the virus created sort of a mucus membrane around the surface of the skin. And so if a vampire were to get shot, that's like throwing pebbles at tar. It just sort of like sticks in the surface, no big deal. But if you attacked a vampire with a wooden stake, that opened up the chest cavity, letting air in, which accelerated the decomposition progress. So it was. Sorry? What?
I said makes sense to me.
Yeah. So it was a really interesting take on incorporating science with mythology. And the bit with the mirrors, it wasn't that they couldn't see their reflection in a mirror, it's that they were psychologically repulsed and they just sort of ran with it. But no, it was a really, really good book, actually. I liked it a lot. So I think I have...
Yeah, but I'm telling you, the Vincent Price movie scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It's a classic. Do not misunderstand me. It was a classic. It was a very good movie, and they also did a colorized version of it as well.
The one I remember was the colorized version with Vincent. I remember Vincent Price being in it. I don't remember it being like black and white. I remembered it being like in color.
Yeah,
because
well, I mean,
the fires and stuff were in color.
Yeah. All right. So now for the Okay, Mr. Music Person. The neck, is that the neck of the guitar?
Yeah.
You know, where you have the strings attached, that's the neck, and then the little
You
things
mean
going
this
across,
piece?
those are frets, right?
This piece.
Yeah, because like right now I'm
Yeah,
doing
that'd be the neck.
the neck.
And then there'd be like bars across there for the frets.
Okay. See, you learn something new every day. So yeah, I'm going in with some ochre.
And then typically, um, depending on the how expensive that guitar is, it could be rosewood, it could be ebony, it could be different. They use different kinds of wood for the wood underneath the frets.
So yeah, going in with some ochre. Always like to go in with a lighter color first and then go from there. So how's our little Paco doing today?
He's actually, where the heck is he? Oh,
Is he
there he is.
behaving?
He is. He's on the couch sleeping.
That sounds like good behavior to me.
And it's kind of bizarre because normally when he hears us like talking on the, like when we have our laptops and stuff open, normally he's like all over it.
Well, he's like, Dad, give me attentions.
Exactly.
I'm too cute to ignore. I need lovin's.
No, he gets it all right.
Well, that sounds like punishment.
So this is one of the blender pencils.
Uh-huh.
So what I like to do is stuff that I've stuff that I've shaded in. I kind of like to go back and then like blend in the colors
Mm-hmm.
and to see kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I started with the ochre. Now I'm going in with terracotta. Going a bit darker here. And actually, I might do black around the outside edge, actually. I don't know. I'm undecided. I don't know what I'm doing. But I just don't know what I'm doing. Which I think is fair game.
It always is.
Yeah.
See, and then that kind of finds it out on the like the blue area.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of like blends it out so that way, if I want to add more color here or more color there or blend it with something else, so that's the way I like to do it.
Oh, cool. I've never actually used blender pencils before, so I can't vouch. Maybe I shall at some point. I don't know yet. We shall see.
It's cool because it gives it depth.
So you're saying I'm doing this the hard way?
Yeah. It gives it some depth, and it for me, I can see where I'm at, and this is how I get the colors that I get. Because see how the like on here, it's kind of it's kind of, it doesn't have an in between shade. It's kind of dark and light.
Mm-hmm.
Once you go over it with the blender,
Well, it lives up to its it lives up to its name. You're saying,
yeah, it blends those colors in.
sort of like a little papillon paper blender for doing charcoal or crepa.
Now, see where the brown is?
Mm-hmm.
How it's more blended in.
There you go.
That's
Right.
how I get that. That's how I get the effects in my coloring. That's how I do it.
So let's see. It's a dark brown. Wow, this dark brown is really dark brown. I might use that instead of black. I try to stay away from black if I can, because to me it's very severe, and there are so many colors that you can use, or combinations of colors that you can use that produce a richer kind of color than just black. You know.
Yeah. I tend to use gray, but I don't tend to use black.
Yeah. I mean, when I was a kid, I mean, that was like one of the first crayons to get completely used up. Because with me, most everything had like a black outline to it.
There we go. That's more to my liking.
So right now I'm just sort of going around the edge of this voluptuously shaped guitar here. You know, I mean, if it could be said that a guitar is voluptuous, I mean, it has curves, you know. All right, I'm going to go a little bit darker in certain areas around the curves. And then for the frets, I think I want to get in some, like a very light gray, I'm thinking. Let's see, silver gray, deep gray, green gray. We'll go with silver gray. I'm just going to go in very lightly, I think. Whoa. What was that?
But
It was like this feedback noise.
oh, that's outside. We have our doors open.
Oh, okay. You know, it sounded like a Mack truck was passing by.
Oh no, it was a motorcycle.
Oh, okay. All right, I think I got this guitar licked. Well, that's like a guitar phrase, isn't it? A lick.
A guitar lick.
See, I'm a hip chick. I know what's what. See, I got my guitar.
The guitar looks good.
Thank you. You know, I don't. It's been a while since I've seen one actually in person, so I go based on dysfunctional memory. All right, now, what to do? What to do? There's so much going on in this piece. I love it. Trixie, Trixie.
Well, that's why I like his. That's why I like his drawings, because it keeps my mind occupied.
Yeah, well, I find it, like I've said a million times over, I find it just really relaxing and calming and peaceful, and you can just get lost in it. You know, I absolutely love it. Actually, could you mute me? Or I don't know how to do that, but I need to go for a minute.
Yeah. You are muted. So see, now I'm going in with on this shell piece. I liked the orange, and I'm gonna blend like this yellow here into the orange, and then move the orange up here. And if you ask me why I'm doing it that way, I can't tell you. It just that's just the way it kind of spoke to me. I do quite a bit of this by the seat of my pants, so it's kind of free flow kind of thing. And as a kid, I was diagnosed with being hyperactive, so that's the way my mind works. So I see things. That's kind of the way I see things. So yeah, then I'll go black. I'll go back and then blend this stuff in. And kind of see where I'm at.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Hang on just a
Hi.
moment.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Without being too graphic, the coffee was screaming at me. Actually, you know what? I feel like I need to tackle the shell a little bit because it's a really big piece and there's so many little pieces around it that I want to start in on the shell. You know, and you got this beautiful curvature going on and all these ridges. And so I'm thinking start light and then work in more nuance and color. Now, for the inside of the shell, I'm thinking that light pink would do very nicely. See, that's light. That's a coral. how apropos. Yeah, this is light coral. All right? How light is light? Let's see. Okay, no, it. You know what? This will be perfect. Yeah, I think that the inside of the shell will be more of a like a coral, and then the outside will be more like mustardy. I think. I don't know. I'm winging it, but I want to work on like a much bigger area right now because I've been sort of nitpicking little bits. I want to work on a big area. I want to feel like I actually accomplished something today. I know this is not a competition, but I feel like you are blowing me out of the water here.
But it's just the way I do things. I mean,
I know.
we all go at our own speed.
Yes, that is abundantly true. You know, it's my own little inner person saying, "Hey, you got to do something You gotta go big. You're already home, so you gotta go big. So I would like to fill in a nice big swatch of space. And I'm going to start light, and then I'm going to go darker and layering in more and more colors as we go. But, I want to feel like I have like a footprint going on here. Not a carbon footprint, just a footprint of sorts. And so what are you going to be working on later on today, my dear?
What I am going to be working on is at 4:30, I'm going to be working on the World Cup.
Ah, who's playing?
Portugal
Versus
Colombia.
Okay. Yeah, I'm completely ignorant to such things, so you have to teach me.
Oh, it's Portugal and Colombia, and since my family is Portuguese, it's it's a big. We always root for them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm very ignorant when it comes to sports. I mean, I know it's football there and it's soccer here. That much I do know. I'm not like completely ignorant.
Well,
But that's about the extent of my knowledge when it comes to that. It's like I know that there's like European football and American football
and South American football.
I know that there is a difference in that regard, but as far as like the teams and so forth, and then of course there's like a cross between soccer and football, which is like rugby.
Then there's Australian rules football. So there's kind of a lot, but soccer, I grew up with soccer, and soccer's always been like a big thing. So
I played as a kid, but I never really got into it. I just did it because my brother did it, and then I just sort of like fell into playing soccer a bit. I did it for a season. I didn't care for it very much.
Oh, I played from what, 4th grade through high school.
Wow. One thing though that I did longer, which I didn't like even more, but it was because I had to. I had to play in the band because in my school, you were either in one of 3 camps. You were either in the band, in the orchestra, or the chorus, and you had to do one of the 3. And if you were in the chorus was looked upon with a bit of disdain, like you didn't have the fortitude to play an instrument. No, you just stood there and you sang. And so it was sort of looked at with like, really, that's what you're bringing to the table, and if you were in the orchestra, you were considered more highbrow. But if you were in the band, you were just sort of like, like it was sort of like the middle class, if you will.
Well, when I was in high school, as far as I had buddies that were in band, but see, the thing is there was a group of us that played guitar, and we always hung out like at lunch and in the morning, or that kind of thing, before class or during lunch, and we would hang out in the band room, and someone may bring their guitar, or like, and we would play like music, like we would jam and do all kinds of stuff like at that time. So for us, it was kind of, the band room was kind of a hangout.
No, that sounds cool. To me, that sounds cool. Like we my experience is, as far as band went, it's like, no, you only played what you were given to play, and you played it begrudgingly. Like it never really seemed like a fun happening thing, where any creativity was involved. It was just like, no, you're given the sheet music, you play the sheet music, and that was pretty much it. To me, it was kind of creativity stifling, actually. And well, the irony is that when I was much younger, I also had really bad asthma, and I was playing a clarinet.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, yeah. And I really didn't want to play it, because also in my school there was at the time a stigma that if you were a guy, you either played a brass instrument, or you played the drums. So it's like, saxophones, trumpets, drums. If you were a guy, that's what you played. I mean, this was back in the 80s and 90s. I don't know if things have become a bit more liberated since then, but that's how it was back then. So, but if you played a woodwind, you were considered, sissy.
See, like I remember it was so bad. I took a guitar class because I thought, okay, I play guitar. This is going to be an easy A. I've got
Yeah.
this. Right?
Famous last words.
Exactly. It's like a Spanish. Like we had kids that spoke Spanish that took the Spanish class and just bombed out.
Yeah, well,
Because
it's not colloquial.
It's not different. It's different Spanish.
Yep.
So it didn't come across real well.
Mhm.
But I took this class, and oh my God, I had to learn how to play green sleeves.
By the way, I'm now using the yellow for the exterior of the shell. That's funny. That is funny, dude.
I had to learn how to play green sleeves, and I actually instead of getting like an A out of the class for playing guitar, I got a C.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I can play like Dust in the Wind, and I can play like all of these songs. And my mom was like, what the hell are you getting a C for? You can play all of this stuff, but you got a C in the class. And it's like, I didn't want to learn the song that they were playing. Like,
yeah,
I didn't want to learn.
It stifles creativity. Yeah. A lot of those classes, unfortunately, they do have a tendency of stifling creativity and making something that should be freeing and inspiring into something that's much more regimented, and therefore it sort of sucks the fun right out.
Oh, there was a couple guys in there that they had the same thought as me.
Mhm.
We would jam. We would play, but then the teacher would come in and we'd get in trouble.
That to me is totally counterintuitive. That makes no sense to me.
And then it was like back to green sleeves. It's like, oh.
Yeah, it was not a fun time for me. But then around, I want to say it was 8th grade. I think it was in 8th grade. If you showed promise, you could join in a different class, which was called Studio in Art. And so if you had, like, if the teachers felt like, oh, okay, this guy has some artistic talent, which I didn't really think I had. I had the interest, but I don't think I had the talent. you could be in the studio and art class, which was a bit more of a higher end art class. And I remember, I guess the school budget was really good back then because they gave us some really cool school supplies. You know, like all the kids in the class were given a hardbound sketchbook and a gummy eraser and drawing pencils like the 2B, HB, H, etc. And also a box of Prismacolor colored pencils. I want to say it was the 24 set. And so for like back then, I mean, that was considered like, you know, the bee's knees, like to get that as part of your school materials. It was like the holy grail, so to speak. And you know, we did portraits and we did all sorts of stuff. One of the really cool things that we did in that class was making an armature, a wire armature, out of like aluminum wire, and we made like people in different poses and so forth. And I really loved that class. The teacher was brutal, but it was challenging, but it was a lot of fun. And we did a lot of critique work and so forth. I really liked that class.
Do you know who Frazetta is?
I'm sorry?
Do you know who Frazetta is? Frank Frazetta.
Ring a bell for me. I'm not sure.
He's like the one that does like he did the ones like whatchamacallit? Like the Vikings and the like that kind of drawings, like fantasy kind of drawings. The Death Dealer.
I might know him if I saw him.
He would do like the Vikings. Another guy that did it was Vallejo.
Not sure, but go ahead.
And I had a friend in high school that could draw like that.
Well, you're making me think of the sort of artwork that you would find on calendars, like fantasy artwork calendars, or like Lord of the Rings type, Dungeons and Dragons type artwork is what you're making me think of.
Kind of.
Cool.
It was amazing. I was like, what? He was a really good artist. Well, he still is, I think. I still think he draws a little bit.
That's cool. Yeah, I think I prefer coloring versus drawing because to me it's like the hard part is done. Now I just get to like put the icing on the cake and do the embellishment stuff.
Yeah, because I'm not a really good like I'm not good at drawing, but I'm good at coloring.
You know, I used to fancy myself, you know, as somebody that could draw, but you know, honestly, I would rather work more on the coloring aspect. To me, it's a bit more freeing. It's a little bit more liberating. It's just sort of like, okay, I got the image in front of me. Let's just, you know, do it to it. You know, I mean, trying to figure out what colors to do, that can be a bit of a challenge at times, but you know, rather enjoying it. And so, yeah, I've got like the basis here. Can I have half the screen?
Oh, damn. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I got, you know, I got the basis of the shell. You know, I got some like light pink coral for the inside of the shell, a yellow for the outside, but that's just the basis. I mean, I'm going to go in with a lot more layers and nuancy type stuff going on. But I felt like I needed to like really I needed a chunk, I needed a nice big chunk. I needed some like self validation going on, if that makes sense.
Well, I got a big chunk done.
Well, yeah, because you work like the Roadrunner. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, so right now, I mean, I started with the light coral, was it? Yes, the light coral. Now I'm going in with the rose and going to work on the interior of the shell, bring out a bit more richness. Actually, I think I still have it actually. It's a sort of a conch shell that my brother had found when we were kids. And so yeah, trying to make the inside a little bit more rich. The outside, that's going to take a lot longer, but this I can crank out a bit faster than that. Yeah, so you got yourself a soccer game / football or football.
Football.
Yes, me. I need to do some video game recording myself. Might be doing some Baldur's Gate.
Oh, right on.
You ever play?
No.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I mean, if you like Dungeons and Dragons and that sort of thing, it is a lot of fun.
I used to play Dungeons and Dragons when I was young.
Well, this is it. The gaming system of it is very much based on Dungeons and Dragons.
Right
as
on.
far as you do need strategy. It's not just like a hack and slash kind of video game where it's all fast and furious. No, it's turn based. So it's sort of like your party of characters and the enemies. Like time freezes, and then you make your attack, then they make their attack, and so you take turns back and forth, and so there is actually a lot of strategy involved, believe it or not. And so my main character is a halfling, so he's sort of like a hobbit, and he's got a green mohawk and a nose ring, and he is a druid. So his thing is nature magic. Now there are a different number of different kinds of druids. All of them can shapeshift into various creatures and animals and things, but mine specializes in he's all right. Sorry. There's like Circle of the Moon, and there's Circle of the Spore and Circle of the Stars. Mine, he's the Circle of the Spore. So his specialty is working with spores and fungus and mushrooms, and he can use spores to reanimate the dead and have a bunch of sort of fungus zombies that will do his bidding.
So kind of like The Last of Us.
Yeah, sort of, yeah. A mycelium-based zombie, yeah, sort of like that. And I haven't gotten that high up of a level yet, so I can't do that spell yet, but I will be able to in time. And so I'll have like a small troop of fungus zombies, which I think will be rather fun at some point.
That sounds pretty cool.
It is. It is fun. So I'm probably going to film an episode or two of that and do some sewing. I know, big surprise, right? And also there's a cookie recipe that I want to do for this week as well. So if I do that, it'll probably be on Thursday.
So look up Ranger cookies.
Ranger cookies.
Yep.
Okay. Is this like a New York sports hockey team kind of cookie, or?
No, it's like Ranger, like park ranger. Like
Okay, so like a trail mix.
No, it's cookies.
Well, when I think of like being in the forest, I think of like trail mix and hard tack, and or if you're of the Lord of the Rings variety, lembas bread.
It's like a chocolate chip cookie, like kind of dough, and then it's got Rice Krispies, coconut. What else? A little bit of brown sugar. There's a couple of other things that go into it.
That sounds good.
So it's like this. Like my grandmother used to make them. They're really good. They're really good.
It sounds really good.
Ranger cookies.
All right, now you're giving me something else I gotta look up. All right, I see how it is. Well, actually, the cookies that I'm planning on doing for my next recipe video do have coconut, actually.
But these have like Rice Krispie in them.
Oh, it sounds neat.
So they were really good.
Oh, they sound really good. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find a recipe, or if you have a recipe, feel free to, shoot it on over.
I will take a look. I think actually I do.
Okay. All right. So I did the pink, or was it the light pink? Was it rose? No, rose and light coral thus far with the interior of the shell, and I'm really liking how it's coming out, but I think I'm going to add a little bit more to it so it pops even more. So I'm going to go in with the pink.
Yeah, so this is how far I've gotten.
Damn. You're putting me to shame, dude. I know it's not a race. I know it's not a race, but you are putting me to shame.
Now we all go at our own speed, and
I know.
I see when I go because I see the colors in my head.
Well, we can't all be on LSD.
Almost. It's funny, the more like when I drink caffeine, it doesn't make me like crazy. Like it doesn't give me like energy kind of thing. It makes me more focused.
Sort of like Ritalin?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Hey, I figure, whatever works.
Yeah, my doctor, I was talking to my doctor one time and he said, I asked him, I said, do you ever grow out of like being hyperactive? Is it, one of those things you grow out of? Because I was diagnosed as a kid with it, as being hyperactive. And he goes, we don't use that terminology anymore. And I said, I'm old. Give me a break.
Right.
And he was saying, were you given Ritalin as a kid? And I said, yeah, but my mom didn't really like giving the medicine to me because it just I went from being a kid to like, and so he goes, so you took, I said, yeah. And he goes, do you drink a lot of coffee? And I'm like, yeah, kind of, sort of. And he goes, we found that kids that were like hyperactive when they were children and had Ritalin and were taking that kind of stuff, self-medicate with coffee. Because the caffeine makes you focused.
Interesting. Well, because Ritalin is a stimulant, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of ironic because logic would dictate. In fact, this was in The Exorcist when Reagan is behaving oddly and she goes to all those doctors and the mom's like, Ritalin, what is that? Like like the sedative? They're like, no, actually it's a stimulant. And they're like, a stimulant? She's higher than a kite already. So it seems counterintuitive, but yeah, I mean, hell, whatever works, sure,
Yeah, it pushes you over the top is what it does.
Now, I always say, seriously, whatever works. Who are we to judge whatever works?
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, my friend.
Yes.
Are we gonna call it quits?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I I am comfortable and confident with the level of, certainly not completion, but the level of progress that I have made thus far today. I'm rather pleased.
Here, I'll put you on the big one and you can show what you've done.
Okay. So, my dears, we started off our little journey here with this little guy just hanging out, playing taps, and then we worked our way into the guitar right there.
The guitar is cool.
Thank you. And then I decided, because I needed to, have like a rock of Gibraltar to sort of cling to. We then decided to go in with the actual basis of the shell, and I love how the inside is looking. I love how it has some dimension to it, and I think it pops nicely.
I like the red. That looks really good.
Thank you. And then as far as the rest, I only went in with the yellow, but like I said, I want to go in with like some mustards and some browns and that sort of thing, really layer in some more detail and color. But so far, so good. I'm happy. How about you, Mr. Man? Show us what you've done. Show the class, everybody.
So what I've done is I think it's upside down.
There you go.
That.
Wow.
So I went with the oranges and yellows inside of the shell, and then the browns on the outside, and then kind of went in to some of the areas with green to make the yellow and the orange kind of stand out. So
it's looking great.
That's where I'm at.
Well, I think that it is looking awesome sauce so far.
Thank you. So is yours.
Thank you. So I don't know about you, but I would love to do this again sometime soon.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And see where we can, bring our individual pieces, over I don't know, however many sessions, but I would love to keep doing this because I think it's a lot of fun. And I hope you guys out there in YouTube land are enjoying it as well. It's
I hope you guys enjoy it, because whenever Craig and I get together, it's a lot of fun.
Always. And it's a different way for us to do something similar yet different. It's like, I've been doing the coloring now, almost every Tuesday for a while and really enjoying the process of it. But I thought it'd be fun to have, a bit of a collab going on to see, how our different styles compare and contrast, and to show you guys that there's more than one way to hard boil eggs.
Yes, there is. So with that,
Yes.
take care, everybody. We'll see you all later. Go Portugal!
Stay yarny, stay creative, stay coloring, stay all those fun, happy things. Take care of yourselves and each other, and we will see you guys in our next videos.
Yes, we will. And stay caffeinated.
Oh, indeed. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye.